Hi there. Oh, look. Snow, snow, more snow. Can you see? Frozen lake. Um, it's winter. It's winter and it's below freezing. It's 8 degrees the last time I checked. And I'm in New England. But while I don't mind the weather, mostly I don't mind it when I don't have to go out in it. And I haven't had to go out in it. And so that's what it is that's okay with me. I'm trying to get my trying to get my computer in a good place. Hi everybody, who's here? Let me know who's here. And where are you? It's hard for me to imagine that some of you are in summer when we're in the midst of winter here. And I have been sick all week. Last weekend, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I've been sick for over a week. I just have a cold, but it's a bad cold that comes and goes, and I've lost my voice a couple times. And somebody said I sounded like I had a frog, which I did. It was bad, and a cough. Um, oh, merrily, it's rainy. Pacific Northwest, 52. That's balmy. Yay. Well, that's when I think, except I love New England. I'm New England born and bred. I'll tell you, I've lived in other places. I've lived in California. I've lived in Hawaii, which was absolutely wonderful, but I loved coming back to New England. I love the autumn. I actually even love the winter, even as long as I don't have to go out in it. Oops, my fire just went out. I'm going to have to relight it, but not right now. Okay. Oh my God, Larry. Oh, holy cow. Hello. Oh my God, one of my um cohort mates. Hi, Larry. How did you find me? Oh, Dr. Drake. So nice to connect with you. Oh my goodness. How are you? How is everyone? Um, uh, Jenny says, have you had more snow? No. Um, all we have had is cold. Here's my friend, my very dear old friend. Oh, so good. Thank you for stopping by and let me know how things are. So I'm gonna do my weekly check-in about what's going on about with lipedema, and we have been having some fascinating conversations. I'm just gonna at the risk of making everybody just a little bit crazy. Um, Hi Sandra. It's still cold and icy in Kentucky with snow. We get to check in with people all around the world. It's great. So at the risk of we have two new projects for anyone who wants to join us in Tribe being our membership group. But I want to tell you about them because I think they're so important. Wherever you are in the process, we're all here except for my dear friend Larry, because we have lipedema or lymphedema. And so I want you to know that we've put together, well, I'm calling them projects, but two very important projects. One is a medical go back kit, which is very detailed. Um, a group of us went through it in detail. What you need to think about to put together something if you have to leave in an emergency situation so that you get your needs met in the hospital, in the emergency room. This started because one of our members had an emergency room run that ended up more serious, though she's fine. It ended well, but she was in the ICU for, I believe, just about a week, which with her swelling and lymphatic dysfunction ended up with her having severe complications for her legs that were swelling because she didn't have her compression garments with her, and for some reason couldn't get to them. Well, she was in ICU to begin with. So we said that shouldn't happen. We should know what we need. And so we've put together as a project, which we are going to be doing sometime soon. I say sometime soon because we're still trying to figure out the best way to do it, because the second project, a little more intense, is end of life planning. Here's the bottom line. We all know how this ends. Each of our stories, as they meander along, end similarly, in that we're all someday going to die. And yet it's the thing that we talk about the least. And so we have end of life planning. And the end of life planning, we're going to be doing a couple of things. One is we have a really comprehensive list of what you need to think about, what documents you need to have ready. Like, for instance, who's your proxy? Do you have an advance directive? Do you have a will and last will and testament? Do you have a trust set up if you need that? So there's just so many documents, or at least need thinking through. And one of the things that we discovered as we've been working on this is that we just don't have an ease of exploration and discussion around death. Oh, Julie, Camarillo, California is 90 degrees. Go ahead, rub it in. That's funny. 8 degrees here. 8 degrees. And that isn't even with the wind chill factor. Okay. So death and dying. So I had a unique opportunity when I think back on my life. Because I was in Cambridge, in the Boston area, in Cambridge, I had the opportunity to actually meet with and take, I think it was a weekend course with 2 different experts that were amazing and lasted throughout my entire life, because this was it had to be 50 or 60 years ago, probably 50 plus. One was Laboyer, who really did amazing work around the birthing process and understanding birthing and how incredibly gentle and easy it could be. But the one I want to talk about is Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. I met her and did a weekend workshop with her at Harvard when she was in the process of developing her model, Understanding Death and Dying. That was a long, long time ago. And as we've been working on the end of life planning, there's so much about her model and some of the work that's been done since, because in the past 25 years, the hospice movement has been afoot. And so hospice has been a wonderful contributor to supporting people in their transitioning process. Hi, Marcia. Thank you so much. This is my Udi. I think they call it an Udi. Anyway, it's like a blanket, except you wear it. So good. So death and dying. And it became, it. I think it's because, well, I was very sick for a few years and came very close to dying and did some of the prep process. Myself and someone else in the community had a very similar experience, which is how we got started on this as a project. And so I did a lot of, I prepared a last will and testament. I made sure that places had beneficiaries, all this stuff. And so as I look at it, well, Diane Keaton died. Now, that may sound a little weird, except she was one of my favorite actresses. And she was 78, which is only 1 year older than me. And then this weekend, Catherine O'Hara passed away. And she was 71, which is younger than me. Now, the interesting thing about all this is that, as many of you know, I was very, very sick. And it looked pretty dire at points. I must say, I ended up having 2 surgeries, and one of the surgeries was very innovative, and anyway, it helped. I'm still here. And Dr. Perry, which he's coming in to doing a webinar with me on March 6th. Make sure you write that down, March 6th. It's World Lymphedema Day. We're going to be doing a webinar because he saved my life. And not only that, but I'm ongoingly feeling better and better, and so happy to be here and be alive. And yet this thing with understanding the death and dying process has really caught my fancy, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. And given the way that, what Lipedema Simplified has done, and what I say I have consistently done, is taken agency to be at the head of the pack kind of thing, in terms of making sure that I know what the options are and that I have choices. And for that, we're going to invite everyone along. Anyone who wants to join us, come along. But we're still in the process of putting it together and figuring out. We've got a very detailed list that covers the left brain part, but we're still working on the right brain part. The right brain part is, I was with both my mother and my father when they passed, and had different experiences, of course, because they're different people, and we had different relationships. And invariably, when we start talking, memories come up, and I think of what I could have done differently, or what I did that I'm glad that I did and that I was there for. And So there's a lot of internal dialogue that comes along, especially when we talk about death and dying. So be prepared. I have ordered some things. The way that Lipedema Simplified has unfolded over all these years is that when we start heading in a direction, support comes from the universe. And that's what happened. I got invited to a webinar this week that had, I think, close to 250 or 300 death doulas. And they had a special guest speaker, and she was phenomenal. Her name is Barbara. I need to know her last name. Give me a second. I think I see it here. Nope, that isn't the right one. Let me look. I want you to know her last name. Barbara Carnes, Krnes. Barbara Carnes. She was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I ordered a bunch of her. She wrote a number of pamphlets to help people who are in the death and dying process, the people, their families, their friends, and the people around them. So anyway, that is something that we're working on. And in terms of what's coming up, well, I can say with some gentle yet firm, gentle but firm steadiness, our book is about to come out. I just sent what I believe are the last of the edits to the publisher this weekend. I hope. Just when I think it's all done, there's a few more that pop up. So hopefully this is the end of it. I'm losing my voice. Can you hear that? Oh my God. The frog has come back. Oh my goodness. Sandra says one of the things that she did after they had an accident in Texas was to join an emergency air evac program because they had to figure out how she could get moved home. Yeah, those are the kinds of things that we're in the process of putting together. All right, everyone. I think the book is coming out. I'll be talking about it hopefully next weekend. I think I might have a date by then. It's supposed to be February 19th, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little longer. But that's okay. So thank you for coming. I feel like you give me the opportunity to share with what's going on, and it keeps everything moving forward. And I love you, and have a fabulous week, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, whether it's hot or cold. Blessings.